If it's a strange situation, it will somehow find its way into my life. Hey guys, for today's video, I have a story time for you, and this story time is about the time that I think our paranormal investigation listing kinda got us tracked down and stalked in a bit. I'll just have to tell you guys this crazy story and maybe you'll better understand what I mean. I'm not saying this person really stalked us, but you'll just see at the end of the video what the conclusion of this whole situation was. But we started our paranormal investigations in 2009, and not long after we made a website listing offering our services to help other people, and the more cases we could get, it would also give us more knowledge, and the more practice we got, the better we would get at investigating. So we started advertising our investigative services and helping clients and individuals in like residential hauntings. So with that listing, which was very vague, this is before our actual full website was done. It was just basically telling about us just a little bit and where we served. But one day in our emails, we had an email that was a little stranger than others. And this particular guy had sent an email asking for our help. But the strange thing about the whole thing at the beginning was he wasn't from North Carolina at all, which is where our listing stated that we served. He was from California, and California is a pretty good distance away from North Carolina, so I'm still not sure as to why he contacted us in the first place, but things just kept getting weirder with this guy. He would contact us and tell us he needed assistance, and he would send us these, what he called case files, and it would be various pictures of himself. And he swore to me that he was possessed. I'm going to give anybody the benefit of the doubt. I kept his information confidential and handled it in a very serious matter, but there wasn't much I could do because these case files that he called them were pictures of him. But what he would tell me he saw, I could never see, and some of them you could just tell he tried to manipulate to make it look like something. Now, this is how crazy it got. I'm going to give you guys the best example as I can. But there was one picture in that case file where he said that you could see a demon laying under his left cheek. Now, further examination of that picture, all I could see was that he had placed his hand around, like he was laying on this, and he had done something with his hand over here to make this particular part look like something that wasn't supposed to be in the picture. But I could obviously tell it was his hand, so I don't know if this was some kind of cruel joke, because everything he would send me was just crazy, and I never could figure out what he was trying to show me. There was just nothing ever there that I could see. And he would try to prove the existence of this demon to me through these photographs, which I was not able to see, which I would tell him that I was probably not the best person to handle his situation because, one, I was really far away, and secondly, I just wasn't able to connect with what was going on for that particular case. So things went on, he'd send me a few more little things, and he said he was seeing a therapist, but the therapist wasn't helping, and I'm not quite sure what was going on with him entirely. Like I said, this could have been a big joke, or he really could have believed that things were in the picture that I couldn't see. Maybe I just couldn't see them for some reason. I'm not saying that his case was not reliable, but I'm just saying I particularly couldn't find what was going on there, and I didn't feel that I was a good fit to help this person, especially being at such a great distance. But I did give it a shot, and it just didn't work, and that was just something that I couldn't accomplish. So we kind of parted ways after I told him that it would be better off for him to connect with a team closer to him and keep going to his therapist and things like that, so that way he could actually have one-on-one contact with somebody and try to figure out his problem. Well, like I said, we cut ties at this point, and that was the end of it. I didn't hear from this guy for, it was either months to a year. I'm not sure exactly the time frame, but it was either like 8 months to a year is what I'm guessing. And that's when something weird happened. I was managing this gas station, and this group of people come into my gas station, which is completely normal. I met so many people throughout my career at the gas station. So this particular group of people came in, and this guy looked eerily familiar. But I knew that I didn't know him personally. For some reason, he was eerily familiar. Well, he was with about 4 more other guys, and they proceeded to go around the store and pick out some snacks. When they got done, they brought them up to the counter to my register so they could check out, and I began scanning their items, and still, this guy's looking eerily familiar. So I just, tried to make small talk with all my customers, and I just asked where they were from, and they stated California. Still did not shoot up any red flags or make me think of anything. And I just said, what brings you out to the middle of nowhere? Because our town's just literally in the middle of nowhere and nobody's ever heard of it unless they've been here or if they've rode the road called the Dragon. So I figured they were here to ride the Dragon like everybody else, which is a road with 318 curves if you're not familiar with it. But I just asked them what they were doing there, and he gave this really creepy smirk and he just said, oh, we were just looking for something. So I just kind of went on about my business, finished checking them out, and I told him his total for him to pay, and he took out a credit card, and the guy that looked so familiar was the one that paid for everybody's snacks. So he gave me his credit card to swipe at my register. I swiped it and gave him back his credit card, and then a receipt comes out for him to sign. So I give him the receipt to sign, and he signs it, hands it back to me, and I give him his copy of the receipt. And again, that eerie smile, and he walks away. So I'm still thinking, why does this guy look so familiar? And that's when I looked down at the receipt. And on the receipt was his signature, and it was the same exact name of the guy that had contacted me that long ago about his crazy experiences with this demonic entity. And that's when it hit me that that's where I knew him from. Now, was it a coincidence that he showed up there? I don't think he even knew who I was, but he could have. It's just a creepy situation. I thought I would share it with you guys. Another creepy story and story time that I've been involved in, and I thought you guys might want to hear. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you've not already. I post a new video every Wednesday and Sunday. Also, don't forget to follow me on social media, especially Twitter and Instagram at PackParanormal1. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love each and every one of you, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.